Building a massive online store used to require managing hundreds of moving parts. At a certain point, the sheer volume of tasks required to keep the system running would jam the gears and break the operation. To scale past that operational ceiling, you needed human capital. You hired developers for the architecture, analysts to interpret the data, and copywriters to populate product pages. Scaling your output meant multiplying your payroll. The architecture of e-commerce has now shifted to a zero-touch model. Instead of humans executing every click, keystroke, and code deployment, a context-aware AI handles the mechanical execution while you provide the direction. By removing the friction of manual inputs, a single operator can command the output of an entire agency. The math of scaling changes entirely when one person's decisions are executed instantly across a whole infrastructure. This shift is driven by Shopify Sidekick, specifically the Winter 26 Renaissance Edition. It replaces traditional dashboard navigation with natural language processing. Type your instructions in plain English, and the AI writes the code and performs the clicks. A request like "create a testimonial carousel" bypasses manual coding entirely. The text compiles into 4 layers: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and JSON schema. This speed applies to your database too, rewriting meta descriptions and pushing search engine optimization across the entire catalog in seconds. It also manages the customer-facing content. You feed the system raw specifications like 100% organic cotton and GOTS certification, and it outputs formatted product descriptions tailored precisely to your brand's established tone, whether playful, premium, or strictly professional. Tasks that historically required a human to hunt through deep menus or open individual image files are completely bypassed. Because the code and content are generated clean on the first pass, technical debt drops to near zero. The merchant running the store is no longer acting as a digital builder. They operate strictly as a strategic editor, reviewing and approving the system's work. Generating text and front-end code is only the reactive layer. The system is also capable of orchestrating complex, multi-step business logic entirely behind the scenes. By integrating with Shopify Flow, Sidekick translates your written instructions into functional automation rules. You describe a workflow, and the AI constructs the node-based logic required to make it happen. When asked to tag VIP customers, the AI constructs the trigger, an order placed. It builds a condition, checking if the customer spent over $500, then sets an action node applying the VIP tag. These parallel logic pathways run constantly without manual oversight. By constructing these systems through simple conversation, you replace the daily friction of checking dashboards with an invisible infrastructure that manages itself. The final step in this evolution is an assistant that stops waiting for instructions entirely. This is Sidekick Pulse. Using Shopify QL, a specialized query language, the AI continuously scans your store's live data and cross-references it with broader market trends to spot patterns that human operators typically miss. Pulse monitors your checkout funnel to identify UX blockers. If it detects a cart abandonment anomaly, it flags the issue. It then maps data forward in time, calculating sales velocity against stock levels to predict stockouts, effectively allowing the store to optimize its own performance. Managing an online business no longer requires manipulating the machinery. The role has shifted from operating tools to orchestrating the entire system. And these proactive enterprise-level automations are not locked behind massive agency contracts. The core intelligence runs natively across all Shopify tiers, starting directly at the basic plan. The immediate result is that the financial and technical walls guarding massive scale have collapsed. You no longer need a heavy payroll to handle a heavy workload. Writing code by hand and manually parsing spreadsheets for sales trends are no longer competitive advantages. The new baseline for commerce is instantaneous execution. The defining skill set for a founder is now clarity of thought. Success in a zero-touch ecosystem relies entirely on how effectively you can communicate your strategic vision to the intelligence running the store.